Okay, yes, welcome back to another review. Today we have another glass pad review. This is the newest pad from Tenta. It's the Oni's Oath. And before we start, I want to say this was sent out to me for a review unit, but that's not going to change my thoughts and opinions. It will be my own. So I did a quick unboxing of it so you can see what the collection comes with, but the Oni's Oath comes in two different options. You can either just get the pad itself, or you can get the Vault edition, which has the carrying case and all the cards and the extra goodies. And I want to just say first, the pricing of this is really good. Like in the UK over here, the pad itself is only like £65, which for a glass pad of this quality is insane. Normally it's like over 100. For £65, this is like an insane deal. And then you're only adding like 30 or £35 to get the case and the extras, which I think is just like a great deal itself. So let's just immediately talk about the design of the pad, since it's probably what catches your eye the most. I want to say the colors used are very nice. The like subtle navy sort of blues with the dark reds, and then you get this like light shadow here you can see on the sword. It looks very nice. It's very subtle and eye-catching at the same time. It just looks nice on a desk. It looks nice on setups. The pictures are really nice with it. Some might not like it for its anime design, but it's not one of those designs, if you know what I mean, that are all over the market, which are just not nice. This actually looks good. Tenta X have been openly talking about the artist and posted some timescale drawings of the art itself and how it was changed. So I think it's a great design, to be honest. It looks amazing. You can also see that each pad has its own unique number. I got number 72. I think that's really cool. I like the fact that each pad has its own unique number on it. So let's talk a bit about the surface. In my opinion, this is the most important part of the pad itself. So this is one of the fastest glass type surfaces. When you think of like a speed glass pad, you think of like the Beast, the Entity, the Phantom, you put this in the same category. There's very low static friction. There's a really small like sense of control. Micros are effortless. A dynamic glide is just very fast. It's got a smooth touch to the feeling. There's no sort of texture you can feel. It's very smooth, very like sort of silky smooth, if you understand what I mean. And this is one of the fastest glass surfaces I've tested so far. It's very low static friction, so moving off can be like extremely quick. And the dynamic glide is also very fast, so you're just getting this pure speed feeling when you're playing. As I said, the micros are effortless, but there's a small sense of control on the surface when you like really want to slow down and dig in for little movements. I wouldn't describe the surface as like air hockey, like something like the Beast is a bit too air hockey for me, or if I use like the Entity as an example, that's a better example. That thing is just like air hockey. This, you can see there's still that feeling where you know where your mouse is. It's not completely lost. It's much more smooth, like I said, almost silk-like, and it's a great feeling, and it's like really smooth to touch, just making it comfortable. You can see here I'm not using a sleeve. I would recommend you to use a sleeve. I think it ups the experience a bit, but personally, I know some people have had issues. I've had no issues with it sticking to my arm at all. So categories this makes the pad perfect for are reactive tracking and smoothness tracking. These are the two categories I put the most time with this pad into so far. And you can change directions very quickly in this pad and smoothly track the target with the surface. I didn't feel any sort of drag. There was no shakiness, no tugging. I didn't overreact with the pad. Nothing that like impacted my aim at all when tracking. I could read the bot movements well and still react to them. Like if I was playing Control Sphere, I didn't feel like I was like over tracking or under tracking or anything. I could still read the bot movements nicely and control my tracking with it. Something I really liked about the surface is that it changed feeling based on the skates I used. So I first tested the surface with like control skates, the Black Fox dots and some cyclones, and the surface felt a tad slower, and I had some more control of my movement, making it a bit better for static dynamic. But with faster skates like the Magic Ice skates, the Silver Fox dots, it became much faster and comfortable to use. So it is nice that the surface is speed, but it can still get that bit more control if you really need it and you want to. Let's talk a bit about static then. This is definitely the weakest point of this pad. I really, to be honest, for the first day using this pad, I struggled with static. It gave me a similar feeling I've had with other speed glass pads where I was just not able to get to my like peak level of static that I can play at comfortably. I felt like my accuracy was dropping off because although my flicks were like really fast, of course they would be on this pad, my micros felt shaky after that because I couldn't land as well. and it was just hard to chain together without losing pace. So I wouldn't recommend this pad if you're like maining static, of course. But it is definitely doable, and what I would say is it's a good training tool if you want to just like practice on like a really fast and smooth surface. I think it does actually benefit you to do that at points. So for games and stuff, it is playable on Valorant and TAC FPS game, but it's definitely going to be its weakest point. This is going to be much better in games like Overwatch and Apex, where you're doing a lot more tracking movements. So it's great overall quality too. The base is nice, and I haven't had any issues with any movements at it. I have seen other people talk about the pad moving around. You can see here I can move it, but it's really taken a lot of effort to do that in my on my desk in particular. So the rounded edges are really nice and comfortable, and the glass is very thin where I didn't feel it on my bare arm. As you can see right now, I'm not having issues with it, and due to the thinness, it is really comfortable to use. The quality of the Tenta X glass pads are just getting better with every release, and it's a really nice feeling. So now let's talk a bit more about the overall package of what you get. So out of the box here, we have the Magic Ice dots, and these are what I were using before. These are really nice dots that they come with, and I think they pair the glass pad very nicely. I think the skates and the speed work together really nicely to just make a really nice experience. And one of the really cool things about the drop is these cards. So I didn't really show them in my unboxing video, so I want to talk a bit about them now. I think it was really cool. The owner did on a podcast talking about this, very personal to him. I think that's really good. I'll link the podcast in the description if you want to go read it, watch it. Sorry, I think it's a really good watch and a listen. In the podcast, he talked about it being personal and that people should like, come together to play like cards and stuff. So I thought it was really cool, and you can see here, if I go a bit closer, the designs of these cards are like top. The quality is like amazing, and some of the artwork on them just look really, really nice. So obviously, let's talk a bit about the carrying case that it came with. The carrying case is solid, like it's really high quality, and it carries 3 glass pads at a time. So I've just been storing some glass pads in it. I've not been chucking it down the stairs or chucking it out a two-floor building. I've not been doing any of that, and I probably won't. I've seen those videos on Twitter and YouTube, but I will be moving in 2 days, so I will be taking my glass pads in that up the country. So I'll post on Twitter and show you how they do, because I think that's more of a realistic use case for what the case is. Traveling with it, if you're going to like a LAN event or something, just chuck your glass pads in and go. So I will update you on how the case does, but so far the case feels great. Like it's super high quality, and overall the whole drop is just insane high quality. This is been like one of my favorite like unboxings to do in a long time. So would I recommend this? Like absolutely. This pad itself is amazing, but the overall experience and the quality you're getting with the case, the extras, the aesthetic of it is just really, really top. And it only works well for Tenta X. I think their drops are progressively just getting better and better, and they're getting more recognized as like a great company. So I'm really excited to see what they do next, because these drops have just been getting really, really good. But I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one.